The Avengers come to the press conference. The heroes feel out of place and only Tony Stark enjoys everyone's attention. The journalist asks Stark why his company's shares have fallen in price and why he is being squeezed by competitors. Tony wants to leave, but the villain whip appears and attacks the Avengers. The energy whips entangle the heroes. The Hulk grabs the whips and throws the villain to the floor. The Avengers are freed from their bonds, but the torn whips wrap them again. The Widow pours water from the fire hose over the whip and disables his suit. The Hulk throws the villain into the wall. In Stark's laboratory, the Falcon steadies a piece of a whip. He cannot understand the principle of the device. Stark connects a power cable to the piece. The light goes out in the Avengers Tower. Electricity disappears throughout the city and throughout the state. Captain America comes to the lab and shows Stark the device he took from the captured super spy. Tony is delighted with the new technology, he says. The captain says you need to understand where these inventions come from. Stark replies that he invented a tracking device. The Avengers arrive at the AIEM base. The Hulk knocks down the door to the base. Soldiers shoot at the Avengers with unknown weapons. Purple spheres glue the Hulk to the wall, but he tears out a piece of concrete and attacks the soldiers again. The heroes find a time portal. Tony is transported to the future and finds himself in a vault filled with weapons. The purple substance shackles Tony. Kong the Conqueror appears in front of Stark. He asks Kong to come closer and shoots missiles at him. Tony frees himself and smashes the warehouse with missiles. He directs an unknown weapon at Kong. A green ray from the weapon breaks through the wall behind Stark and begins to pull him into the hole. Kong closes the gap and Tony crashes into him and pulls him into the portal. Tony and Kong return to the AIEM base. The Avengers fight with the soldiers. Kong decides to conquer the world in which he found himself. He orders the AIEM soldiers to obey him. The Avengers attack Kong, but she is protected by a force field. Kong hides with the soldiers in the portal and closes it. Tony says he will improve the scanner to find out about Kang's return. Barton and Hulk believe that Tony himself needs to improve. Thor and the Widow come to Tony's laboratory. They are concerned about Stark's condition, but Tony assures them that everything is fine. The heroes discuss Stark's problems in the living room. The scanner signal sounds, which recorded the appearance of weapons from the future. An image of Kong appears in front of Tony in the laboratory. The villain asks why Stark needed to break into his vault. He laughs it off, as always. Sokol says that there is a huge concentration of weapons from the future above the Avengers Tower. Kang's ship is hovering over the tower. The ship opens fire on the tower. The Avengers rush to attack and fly to Kang's ship. Tony brings his new invention to the tower's helipad and protects the tower and the nearest houses with a protective field. The Avengers break into Kang's ship. Tony flies to the power plant. Purple spheres surround him again. Kong appears next to Stark. Hulk, Thor, Barton find a huge cannon. Kong controls the ship with his mind. He directs the main gun of the ship to Manhattan. Hulk and Thor try to stop the gun, but they can't break through the Falcon force field. The Widow and the Captain neutralize the soldiers in the control room of the ship, but the Falcon cannot take control since the remote control is protected by an electric field. Tony distracts Kang's attention with conversations. Kong gets angry and rushes at Stark. Tony frees himself from the purple fetters and shoots the villain. Kong falls to the floor. Tony flies away. The field protecting the main gun of the ship disappears. The Widow finds Tony at the weapons storage. Stark rockets the storage and destroys all inventions from the future. The Falcon transfers the ship. Kanga enters self-destruct mode. Kong throws the Falcon and the Captain away from the control panel of the ship. Tony and Natasha find the Hulk, Thor, and Barton at the big cannon. Kong regains control of the ship and opens a time portal. The ship goes to the portal. Thor throws a hammer at Kong, but Kong is protected by a force field. The hammer falls into the sea. Thor rushes after him. The ship hides in the portal. Thor does not have time to return to his friends. Kang's ship passes through the portal. The villain disappears. The heroes escape from the burning ship. Tony cannot contact Friday and Thor. The captain tells him that nothing will work out because they were in the future. The Avengers are walking through the city of the future. Barton says that they were in the future. The portal was destroyed back. Thor remained in the past, and the Hulk's arm is damaged. The heroes see drones with Kang's face. The drone detects the Avengers, but the Hulk destroys it. Kang himself appears. He says that no one has already given him challenge. He wants to destroy the Avengers in order to intimidate the local rebels. Tony rushes at Kang, but he intercepts Tony's armor. Iron Man points his weapon at the Avengers. Armor attacks the heroes. Tony cannot regain control. The Falcon will disable the protective protocols of the armor. The Hulk hits Iron Man. He falls to the ground and the armor is disabled. Tony gets to his feet and the armor falls off his body. Iron Man's attack scattered the Avengers in different directions. The Widow and Captain America find themselves away from the rest. They see the Avengers Tower and head towards it. Tony tries to contact the captain, but the connection does not work. The Falcon points Stark to the Avengers Tower. Tony wants to get inside to collect new armor and try to establish communication. The captain and the Widow are making their way through the deserted streets. Suddenly a group of rebels descends to them from above. They brought with them a bound Hawkeye. Tony, the Falcon, and the Hulk enter the Avengers Tower. In the future it was turned into a museum, but the history of the Avengers was shown incorrectly. Tony finds armor and puts it on. The Hulk uses a medical scanner and heals his hand. Tony launches an arc reactor. Mjolnir breaks through the tower wall, and aged Thor arrives accompanied by rebels. Thor at first does not recognize his old friends and tries to attack them, but Captain America appears and stops the hammer blow with his shield. The Widow explains to Thor that they are the real Avengers. Kang appears in the tower. He informs that an army of robots is moving to the rebel bases. Kang's robots arrive through the portal to the tower. The rebels and the Avengers engage the robots. Kang uses Stark's reactor to charge his portal generator and disappears. The captain rushes after him. Kang opens a portal at the top of the tower. The captain attacks him and knocks the control device out of the hands of the villain. Kang and the captain, grappling, fall into the portal. The captain manages to grab the portal generator. Together with Kang, the captain finds himself in the middle of a World War II battle. Kang says that the generator is controlled by thoughts, so they ended up in this time. In the future, the Avengers and the rebels are fighting robots. The Falcon says that he cannot detect Kang's signal and the captain's signal is also gone. Kang attacks the captain. He captures the Hydra tank and shoots at Cap. The captain manages to grab the portal generator and he takes himself and Kang to the prehistoric jungle. Here they are attacked by a Tyrannosaurus. Kang and the captain run from the lizard. Kanga presses down fallen trees. The captain chases T-Rex. The captain fights with Kang. The villain wants to grab the generator portals, but the captain does not allow this to be done. Cap himself takes the generator and disappears, leaving Kang alone. The captain returns to the Avengers and rebels. Tony says that Kang's robots have shut down. The captain says that he left the villain in the Jurassic period. The Avengers tell the rebels that now their task is to restore peace. Thor says goodbye to his friends. Tony leaves the armor and the captain takes everyone to their time. The Avengers return to the tower. Thor greets them there. The Falcon says that the aged Thor helped them in the future. The Hulk laughs and tells Thor that in the future he is bald. Dear friends, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. This is important to me.